What's up, everybody? It's your favorite add-ons, favorite nerd. Today we are looking at this Warbotron add-on Bruticus bit, which is this gun in Shockwave. Actually, initially I was going to do a tutorial on how to put the whole thing together, but I started filming it and it became so frustrating that it would have been the longest video ever created. And I'm talking like a Schindler's List caliber, like Return of the King, Lord of the Rings, Ultimate Edition, like crazy. I decided to just review them and we'll talk a little bit about it because I think that it would have... I mean, I was boring myself.
A110, they all are labeled quite well. So
oh, this is bad.
A1, A2,
this is really bad.
And then they're all
it's boring. No one's going to watch this.
So step one
I feel like subscribing to myself just so I can unsubscribe. Let's take a look at them. I'll talk to you a little bit about the construction of them like as we go through. So this is Shockwave, and he's actually putting them together was relatively straightforward. There's two types of screws. They don't tell you what type goes where, and I'm having a hard time getting this back screw tight on his head. It makes the whole head want to pop off the ball joint there, and there's no paint at all because everything is still on the sprue. So somebody asked me to do a video how I plan on customizing him. I'm not sure if that's going to happen anytime soon, but if I do it, when I do it, I will definitely do a video about it, I promise. So I just don't know when that's going to be. Got a couple things on the plate here. But anyway, the head is a decent sculpt. Obviously you would want those painted and you'd want the eye painted. It's loose, but I'm not sure if that's my fault or its fault because I can't get the screw tightened. But you get a good range of motion because it's quite loose. And then the shoulders are on a ball joint, and you get up to there or around out to there, and then you have a bicep. It's not a swivel, but it's like a hinge. It doesn't really help anything except for transformation. And you have an elbow hinge, which gets you all the way extended, and then just shy of 90 degrees. I think if it was a regular figure, I'd usually give it the credit. Translucent plastic there. Same articulation on the other side, so that you get this wrist hinge. You get it here also, but it just doesn't really make sense. Waist swivel, translucent piece pegged in there. This translucent wire in the background that just kind of makes it a little bit more visually interesting. Hips are on T-jointed ball joints, which work fine. One of the problems is this thigh swivel, which is extremely tight, and you can see the mushroom peg starts working itself out. I've already shaved down the peg significantly just to get it to fit on, and it still wants to pop out, so I might have to mess with that more, but for the sake of the video I figured it'd be fine. And then you get a knee which bends to 90 degrees, and then back heel tilts for the heel and the toe. And that's pretty much him. Transformation's fairly straightforward. Tuck the hands and gun in. Peg the legs together. Tuck the toes up. Heels up. And then turn the head around, which gives the clearance to rotate this whole chest cavity. Pull the arms down, and then the shoulder bits actually rotate in. There's a bit of a clearance issue here with mine, but it can be done. At least I have done it before. Let's see if we can't have more luck on the other side. And then, yeah, and then then you get to rotate these bicep pieces in so that it's like that. And then tab together. And that's the gun. And it's not, I think it's pretty cool for what it is. You can rotate that up a bit. I think that's pretty cool for what it is. Oh, these peg in also. Yeah. Not bad. Not bad at all. Let's set that to the side. We'll talk about this. This was a bit of a pain to put together too, until I realized how it went. The instructions don't really do a good job. What keeps all of this together are really these sword pieces here, and they hold the handles in place. But basically what this is a gun that he can hold, and then it breaks down into a bunch of other weapons. So we'll just break it down. Pull out these, and you got nunchucks on a chain, which are pretty cool. I don't know who would use nunchucks in the Combaticons. It doesn't quite really seem appropriate, but the option is now there. You can pull these out, pull the swords out, and they're the same on the other side. Once you do that, these two pieces here will fall out, and they are little combat knives. And then this piece can come out, and you can have like this gun, which somebody can hold this way, or you can theoretically pull all of those out, and they're all little knives that can be held as well. So you have tons of weapon options with this set, but you know, it's this is maybe a little bit overkill while being cool, just maybe a bit much. Nothing exceeds like excess though, I guess. As far as him holding it, he holds the big rifle like a champ. When you put it in, make sure the fingers are kind of angled, because if you have him straight out, you won't be able to clear the clip here. And I kind of like the dual rifled look on him. I think it like just makes kind of aesthetic sense. I don't think I'm gonna be having him hold Shockwave, which kind of sucks, because then it's like I paid $30 for this gun. But maybe if he'll probably have to go on his own shelf due to his size, so I might put like the little Shockwave in robot mode above him. But let's take a look. And there he is holding Shockwave, and he holds this like a champ as well. But I don't know. I don't know if I like the way it really looks. I think like the angle, you know, like the way that this little purple piece here, which doesn't even really need to be installed, but kind of angles the whole gun up. You can tilt it down a little bit, but I don't know. I guess it's I don't know. I'm not sure if I like that. He does hold it fine. I was just manipulating it, and it popped out. But if this episode to you in G1 is that important, well, my good friends, there's good news. You have a viable option. Somebody asked me for size comparisons of this guy. They were just like a big Shockwave fan and thinking about getting this independently. There he is next to a Legends class Bombshell and a deluxe Combiner Wars figure. So hopefully that gives you some sort of point of reference. Final thoughts? You know, I don't know. To me, it was kind of worth the $30 just to kind of finish this whole set off. I would have always wondered and worried had I not made the right choice, had I not gotten it. So I'm happy with my purchase, even though I won't be utilizing Shockwave. At least it does work if I ever want to switch it up. It's just that the rifle ended up being so cool that it's hard to not use that rifle. I really like that dual rifle look. He just, you know, it looks like a combatant. I just think it kind of fits the motif of the character. It is a pain. Give yourself some time, some patience, a beer, a pack of cigarettes, whatever it is, chips, Doritos, whatever it is that you know that you need to lighten the stress in your life. Get yourself some of that the moment that you go to put this thing together, because it is somewhat challenging. There's stuff that needs to get shaved off. There's stuff that needs to be cleaned up. There's stuff that needs to be, you know, just, it takes some tender loving care, and you want to make sure that you have your patience game well intact when you start. It definitely gives me some perspective on the people that, you know, work in these factories that assemble these toys, who are probably grossly underpaid. It is eye-opening, because it does take a fair amount of patience to work with this caliber of plastic, this size of toy, and I don't know. I'm working with these fingers, so they're not the most dainty things in the world. So sometimes I'm my own worst enemy, but it was relatively eye-opening. So the bottom line is, do I recommend it? You know, all I can tell you is that I'm happy with my purchase. If you have a lot of patience, you might enjoy it more than those of you who do not. If you don't have a lot of patience, this thing will probably drive you nuts and then won't be worth the payoff in the end once you finally got it together. because it's nothing really to write home about. It's just kind of a nice thought and a nice touch. I think they really missed the boat not including this thing in the set, with the issues that Warbotron has kind of had along the way, between the 90-day surprise exclusivity of BBTS and the fact that Airburst needed replacement parts, the fact that most of the figures suffer from stress marks somewhere down the line. I think it would have been a good token of goodwill had they included this in the set, especially since they didn't have to pay for the production of assembling the unit, you know. So it kind of seems petty that they didn't include it, but what are you going to do? Win some, lose some. I'm still pretty overall content and happy with it. So, I don't know. Individual results may vary. If you've got $30 and rent needs to get made, make the rent. Do not get evicted because of this. So, with that being said, I'm out of here. I will be back Wednesday with Unique Toys or DX9, whichever one it is, their Astra Train, unless Apollyon shows up before then. So, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Till next time, take care.